Good morning for the Bulls, at least for the Bears. I don't know, man. Sorry. One more year. Hold on. You can do it. Bitcoin, $61,000. And we spoke about an altcoin chart yesterday that just flashed and the returns are overall pretty huge. And that could play out over the midterm. Now, altcoins are doing a little bit better than Bitcoin in these last few days. And I'm going to show you exactly why. And I'm also going to share a piece of strategy that I'm using right now. So welcome, everybody. Good morning, good whatever you are. Happy to have you here. Also, check out the Patreon. There's a link down below for exclusive videos and all that kind of shit. So do check it out. It's really, really, really cool. Now, let's get over the market real quick because we finally see some green again, right? And I know that feels euphoric. Like, got wrecked for 80%, but we finally see some 20% gains. Fuck you, McDonald's. I'm gone. Well, can you maybe reapply in a couple of weeks? That's the question. Because the altcoin market, short term looks good. But. Okay, but. First, let's go over Bitcoin. Bitcoin is back above 60K at the moment of recording. It's even $61,000. And that's good to see. That's really good to see. Let me know in the comments. Do you think that we finally had the lows, or do you think that we're going to get one push lower? Let me know your opinion. I'm very curious what you're thinking. And in the meantime, while you're down below there's a like button. Like, bam, smack that shit. Acon. But Bitcoin, $61,000 at the moment of recording. Now, what I do like is that, the last time we went way below 60 and we went above it again, it was pretty fast right here, right? We had green. What we're doing right now, it's a slow but steady approach. So that's usually, more sustainable. And I don't mind Bitcoin taking its time, but at least making sure that we get some profits, right? I don't need to get rich overnight because then you probably also get wrecked overnight. That's just what it is. Now, why are altcoins also doing fine? Right? Because if you look on the week, you can see that Bitcoin is up with 4.5%. If you look for altcoins on the week, it's up 10%. Right? So I guess there are already people on Twitter saying, Altseason is here! Right? Yeah, well, let's leave that in the middle first. But altcoins are now short-term outperforming. And what I also find interesting, by the way, is that there was another chart. We'll come back to that later. But the altcoin market, we're having a good green pump. Others is back above 207 billion already, which is making a pretty decent change in my portfolio, maybe also in yours. And if that's the case, then I want to take you with the strategy that I'm applying. Because what am I looking at right here? Well, if we look at the altcoin market right here, then you can see that it's still a downtrend, right? Very simple. I know we've been going down for so long, and now we are finally going up for basically the whole month of August, right? That it feels like we're back. Then again, we have this fucking trend line right here, which hasn't been too friendly for altcoins in the past, right? Got rejected like 5 times on that trend line. Now, the more you knock on it, the bigger the chances that you break it. But yeah, will it be this time? Who knows? Now, I know the sentiment, like, yeah, but rate cuts are coming and it's gonna save us all, right? Rate cuts are gonna save us all. Well, you can actually, if you go to your trading view, let me remove something right here that I don't need to show you something pretty interesting. If you have your trading view, just type rate cuts. And you will see that I find absolutely fucking nothing this time. What the hell is going on? Okay, rate cut. So if you click that, you can see when we had rate cuts. Now, in the altcoins history, it's not that much. Bitcoin's history also isn't much, right? Because we didn't have those rate cuts much, right? So some people say that it's bearish for crypto. Some people say that it's bullish for crypto. I think overall, long term, it is going to be bullish, but it depends on why they're cutting. Now, if we look in the past, of course, when this happened, and we especially apply this on the altcoin market, as the freaking degens that we are, and we don't give a shit about Bitcoin, obviously, right? You can see that the first rate cuts started in July 2019. And what happened basically from there, we got a drop of 50%. And then COVID came and we had a drop of 70%. Right? So it's not that, hey, rate cuts are here, save the day. No, your altcoins can crash half, right? Well, more, because this is not all the altcoins out there. Your actual bags will be affected way more. Then we had more rate cuts. More rate cuts didn't really change it. And after the last rate cuts, that's where the market was going to fly. So I noticed that a lot of people are now focused on the fact that rate cuts are coming, the market is going up. I think that the market is not going to respond really well. Why? Because people are getting disappointed, right? Because so far, it's not that we get a rate cut and the market usually immediately goes up. That's not how it works. So it might be that also this time we get a rate cut and the market doesn't really go up right away. And then people, they lose their narrative, right? The halving was the narrative. The ETFs were the narrative, right? Now the rate cuts are the narrative. And if that doesn't work for these people right away, they'll be like, then what is going to make this all go up? Never mind, I'm out, right? And then they're going to rely on Trump. You wait until Trump wins, right? And then you'll see that he maybe doesn't even win. And then everybody like, ah! And then the market goes up, right? Then the market goes up. So forget about the news. Rate cuts are nice. Over the long term, yeah, definitely helped, but not right away. That's kind of what I try to say right here. Now, again, altcoins are doing better than Bitcoin. And that's because the dominance is going down with a little bit, right? It's not even that crazy, but it's pretty cool to see, because if you are slightly new to crypto, and with that I mean not at least since 2021, right? So you came in after this, then you haven't seen an alt season yet, right? You can see, it was an alt season, it was an alt season, alt season, right? We have seen 2 alt seasons so far, 2017, 2021. The rest is all noise. Now, if you weren't there and you already now feel like, oh, my altcoins are doing pretty well, bro, just wait. Just wait, man. This is going to be fucking fantastic. So please, I know I ask it a lot, but I see a lot of people don't like the video, and maybe it's because you don't like the video, but even if you don't like the video, please. It helps a lot, right? But for this, you should like it, because Bitcoin is going up. Like, okay, realize this. Bitcoin is going up a little bit, right? You can barely see it on the chart, okay? The Bitcoin dominance is going down a little bit. You can barely see it on the chart. But in my portfolio, I notice a nice, decent change already. Can you imagine that if Bitcoin or crypto does what it always does, right? Where Bitcoin makes new all-time highs, and I don't mean this little fake out right here. I mean actually confirm and blast through new all-time highs, which is going to happen. Mark my freaking words, mofo. And that we get an alt season in the same period where the dominance goes down really hard, that you can see on the chart. Yeah, then your altcoin bags are going to get crazy. They show these charts every now and then, right? We are now in the boring zone, and the banana zone is coming right after. And that's exactly what this is. The banana zone hasn't come yet. And I notice a lot of people are getting impatient, right? And they're leaving crypto right now. Why should you, if you are in altcoins and you see that the Bitcoin dominance is maybe topping out here, alt season is right around the corner, why would you give up now? Why would you give up now? It doesn't make sense, right? Really doesn't make sense. So I spoke about alt season in a couple of videos ago. I said, like, yeah, there are a couple of charts that showed that it might be coming, right? This trend line right here goes back forever, basically. Every time we got rejected right there. Alt season started, alt season started. It's just like 2 pieces of data. So it's not a lot, but it's enough for me to believe that somewhere here alt season will start. Also combined with other charts, the altcoin dominance, others dominance. So others is everything outside of the top 10 and inside the top 125. If you look at this, this has a little more data, right? This is a channel that we have been in since 2017, right? That's as long as XRP is going sideways. That's how long the altcoin market has been in this trend. That's a long time, bro. That's a long time, right? And even here in 2014, you can say we already kind of did something there. But we are now at the lower side of it. And I said, like, guys, you know, there's a good chance, right, that this is all the confirmation that Altseason starts. Bitcoin dominance at the major resistance, altcoin dominance at a major support right here. And it's too soon to call, right? Yes, we have a pump right here, but this is nothing yet, right? But it's nice, it's good to see that exactly at this trend line that we are bouncing. So this trend line still means something. Now, what I just find really interesting is this. Altcoin dominance. This thing goes up, it's a massive alt season. Massive. That's why you really make a lot of money, okay? Massive, really massive. And again, we haven't seen that in 3 years, okay? In a long time. In a long time, we haven't seen that. 3.5 years. Now, we go up, we go down, we go up, we go down, we go up, we go down, we go up, we go down. It's been intact for at least 7 years, but if you count this, even 10 years. This thing has to stay that accurate for just one more year, and altcoins are gonna fucking fly. The odds are really in your favor right here. So that's really interesting in my opinion, and I am turning to a moon boy right now. I'm not gonna lie, not gonna lie. I was really cautious with altcoins, especially on the Bitcoin pair, but I am going to be way more optimistic, right? Also, because the charts are now really confirming. Right here, I still said like, I don't know, right? And I was riding my altcoin backs, but it took so much profits, and now we're down here again. So we haven't missed anything if you weren't in altcoins. This whole crypto cycle, you haven't missed anything. Because guess, you can see we are at the bottom right now, right? However, this is such a strong point, man. We had so much resistance. We had so much support. Resistance, support. Now it looks like some kind of a double bottom maybe for the altcoin market. And if that's the case, then it's really going to take off right now. That looks really good, in my opinion. If we look at altcoins, like the total three, so that's everything except Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we take away USDT and we put that on its Bitcoin pair, you can also see that this level, we had a lot going on right here as well, right? A lot. And we had support here and here. And there's a lot going on. And although we are going lower here, slowly, right? Slowly over the last year, basically, it looks like a good level to bounce, actually. Like, if you look at this, yes, you could see it as this the top, this the bottom. But also, do you really want to time that bottom that much? Right? If I look at the altcoins on the Bitcoin pair, yeah, it can go down maybe a little bit more. But maybe it doesn't, right? Because this could be diminishing. Because if you look at others on the Bitcoin pair, it's also making higher highs and higher lows. Right? So that's also diminishing losses. So, yeah. Who knows, right? Yeah, what's just interesting to see, the S&P is doing fantastic, right? The NASDAQ is doing fantastic. It looks like crypto might now follow. One of the last videos I said, like, crypto usually follows, but not on a small time frame, right? If you put it on the hour, the day, whatever, you can see that the S&P and Bitcoin are a little decorrelated. But if you put it on the monthly, you can see that's moving exactly the same at the end of the day, right? The S&P is making new highs already. Let Bitcoin do that. Right, let Bitcoin do that. Really interesting, if you ask me. Also, if you look at the DXY, yeah, that's looking good, man. That the dollar is down, right? Well, index, it's a basket, right? But it's down. That's good for risk assets. Bitcoin, yeah, it hasn't really responded though, and now it looks like it wants to wake up. I mean, not too long ago, we were sitting at 48K, right? Now we're sitting at 61 again. It's pretty, like, it wants to move. Definitely, it wants to move. Now, if I look at some specific altcoins that I have in my bag, before I get into the strategy and then wrap it up, though, if I look at some altcoins, you know, it's not moving like that fantastic, right? On the daily, at least, some are down a little bit. But if you look at it like this, like Whack Me Games, it finally shows real strength right now. right? WAGMI has been doing nothing but going down, basically, right? And also it's kind of a weird chart. Every time it moons, it gets sold off really hard. So looks like that's it with the low liquidity projects. That's dangerous. But if you look, basically, it was in the free fall since March, basically, really in a free fall. And from April, it was just slowly getting wrecked until now. And all of a sudden, it now had a pump of 2x. Crazy, right? Crazy. Playable is showing some strength right here, right? Playable is really having a good pump. But, and then again, also super micro cap, of course, right? So be careful with that because it doesn't take much to pump these kind of coins. But if you look, AVAX is waking up. The higher caps, right? AVAX is waking up right now. Now, I don't want to be too soon with calling like, yeah, it's going up now because, you know, it was waking up here as well. And then it got put back to sleep like it had a fight with Mike Tyson, right? Same here. It was waking up from $23 to $33. Yeah, now it's 17 to 25. It's kind of the same gains, right? So I just want to see how that plays out. Overall, don't get it wrong. Altcoin market is still in a downtrend, right? Not a perfect line, but it's still in a downtrend. I really want to see confirmation before we really go cheer, right? So my strategy right now, I think I spoke about this before. Okay, so what I do right now for the people that are interested, right, is simply this. If I look at the altcoin market right now, right, this is what I see. I see a downtrend. Right? I see a clear downtrend. Is this the right chart? Yeah, it's the right chart. Awesome. It's clear downtrend. Lower lows and lower highs. Right? So now the altcoin market is trying to go up. We still have a long way to go, and it would still be a lower high. Right? We still can go up with 20%, which could definitely be 30-40% in your actual portfolio. And it still would be a lower high. So what I'm doing, but that's purely because I bought a lot right here, is I'm slowly going to DCA out a little bit on some profits, right? And not on my initials or whatever, or on my initials, but not on my profits. Depends on how you look at it. But I'm slowly taking some profits. Right, I showed it one of the last videos with Star Atlas Polus. Almost did a 2x on it. Yeah, of course I'm taking my initial back. Right, free back, right? Now, and that's purely because it is a downtrend. The altcoin market is in a downtrend. You can make whatever you want from it, but that's what it is, right? So if the downtrend continues, I want to have more money to buy the low, right? And I know a lot of people now, right, like low. I don't know, but it's good, right? That's usually that's what happens in the downtrend. There you make lows. It's unfortunately what it is, right? And this is bullish, nevertheless, because crypto overall longer term is in an uptrend, but such a downtrend within an uptrend, yeah, it usually breaks to the upside. But it doesn't mean like that it has to stop being a downtrend right now and just break out and go to the moon and beyond forever, right? We can go up, make a lower high, get rejected, and go down again. If that's the case, I want to have more dry powder right here. So my strategy is just taking some profits off the table, but keep enough in crypto in case it breaks out and really moons, right? So I'm doing my math like, okay, I have this much money. If it does break out, how much do I have left? Okay, what are my expectations? I don't know, 5, 10x. Is that enough for me to achieve my goals? If the answer is yes, then you can take that out, whatever you want, right? If the answer is no, then you should take that much out. It's a risk of being in crypto, but there's also a risk of being not in crypto. That's just what it is right now. And if you look at it like this, like a lot of people say, oh, crypto is boring right now, it's different. No, it's boring, and that makes it exactly the same because this happens every cycle, right? You have the lows, then you go up, then you go do nothing for a long time, and then you have the real rally, right? Go low, up, nothing for a long time, real rally. Here's well, the lows, up, nothing for a long time, real rally. Now we went to the lows, up, nothing for a time, and the real rally is about to start. For a lot of people are still doubting that, right? A lot of people are still doubting that. If you look at my Patreon, you can check some cool shit right there. But that's not what I want to show you. Here we go. So if you look at the previous cycles, and I want to make you sick of this chart, but this is really what it is. If you look at this cycle compared to the last two cycles, right? Because they were really like, that's the time where we are in right now, basically. See where we are, man. See where we are. We are right where we're supposed to be, right? Right where we're supposed to be. So Bitcoin is following exactly what we did in the last cycles, right? Sometimes we're a little below it, sometimes a little above it. Overall, it's right on track. Yeah, from kind of this point until the coming 2 months, that's where the real parabolic phase happened, right? So if we're following everything in the last 15 years until the day of today, then why the coming months should be completely not be the case, right? That's kind of always how I look at it. I'm a heavy believer in the 4-year cycle. Why? Because that's the only thing that until the day of today has exactly played out every fucking time, right? And if the 4-year cycle also shows like, hey, post-halving year, right? It's all gonna rip. And who am I to say like, nah, that's different. That's gonna be different. That's gonna be different. That cannot be too good to be true, right? And a lot of people, they don't believe it, and therefore they get wrecked by not participating in it, right? Let's not overcomplicate things. Right? So yeah, although I'm definitely a believer that we are going to go way higher, of course, I am taking some profits, right? Why am I taking profits? Well, very simple. Because we don't have to break out this week or whatever. What if AVAX, for example, does this? Right? Or this? Just name something, right? What if it does that? It's not that weird because that's been doing it for last half year, right? So it's not weird to think that it could happen for another month or so. It's not a bad idea to take some profits here and just buy back here before it breaks out. Then you make more money, right? And if it doesn't, therefore I said, like, and it breaks out now, don't take too much profits. Make sure that you have a good bag left for in case the altcoin market really rips, right? You don't want to miss out as well. So yeah. That's it for today, guys. I want to leave it in. I don't want to make it longer than needed. Thanks for watching. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. I think no videos this weekend. But if it's really urgent, I'll be there, of course. But you can live without me, probably. So thanks for watching and have a fantastic day. Enjoy the small gains. Again, the small gains, because this is nothing yet.